Motivating and inspiring. This brings us back to the whole vision thing. This is curled up here, except it's a different skill. I mean, you could be a guru, right, sitting on top of a hill, spitting out really profound things, but if nobody follows you. So the motivating and inspiring. How do you motivate and inspire in business?
Give them incentives. Like, for instance, like a bonus or raise, or if you do this amount of hard work for this amount of time, I'll obviously, I'm having a brain fart.
Give them more goodies.
Yeah.
Give them more goodies. Going to work is about getting goodies. Then to motivate people,
Getting a promotion.
you give more goodies. Promotion, a little time off, whatever. You just give more goodies. It's the goodie theory of inspiration. And that's what a lot of folks do. Because they always think it's just the carrot or the stick kind of thing, right? Whenever people say that, I hate it when they say that. People are so much more complex than that.
Beyond that, though, other ways of motivating, like, simple things like, I think you did a great job on this, or I thought your idea was great, but we can improve in this way, and I want you to be on my team, like, to get to that vision.
Well, I mean, but how would you call that? Well, I mean, what's the methodology? You're giving me things that I could say, right? What's the method? Like, what are you doing? What's the procedure? What's the method?
Encouragement.
Let me float around here a little bit.
I think like showing that they have value, showing that there's like self-worth with what I think it was Aristotle, where she was talking about how humans can be machines after a while, and like if you keep on doing the same thing at first, you don't really think about it, but after a while it's a habit, and like, what's your self-worth? But if you show that they do have value, like if you try to get to know them better and see what they can contribute, like learn what their skills are and have them take ownership of their job and show that what they do contribute will add to like the better of the organization.
Relationship building, incredibly important, right? Show people, that's one of the ways you show people they have value. They know you, they know your name. Hey, how you doing? So tell me about that project. How are your kids doing? When your boss does that to you, it's like, whoa, they actually kind of care. Right? Your colleagues do that because you hang out. Right? But when it's coming hierarchically, it's meaningful.
In the text, Connor mentions internal networking when it comes to relationship building. He said that that's a way that not only do you solve problems within the company, but that's a way you can motivate people to actually do specific things to make that vision come true.
You gotta care. And some of it is just smart because it's intelligence. The better relationships I have, the more such relationships I have with people throughout the firm, the more I know what's going on. So some of it's just smart from a business intelligence standpoint. You don't want to get blindsided by something. Right? You want to know what's going on in people's lives. That whole aloofness that people have is like, I don't want to know anything. And that screws them up because then something pops up, and guess what their higher ups say? Why didn't you know about this? Right? So the relationship building is incredibly important. I look at professors even at UVA, and I'm like, wow, it's like this is like the greatest public institution. We have a relatively small college, but certainly among state flagship schools. And there's so many professors, when I sit around with them in like teaching meetings or something like that, they're like it's like they never spend any time with the students. And I'm like, why are you here? Why are you here? Right? But they're from an old school kind of hierarchy. Hierarchies are very important in academia, actually. So they're from that, and you only talk to people that are at your level and all that kind of junk. And I think that they're losing ultimately. I think they're losing. And I think one of the things they end up losing is their own students.
I think what Evan was talking about earlier, like encouragement, was like how to show people that you're better. And also, it helps, this kind of goes back to aligning, to be really passionate about the idea that's behind why you would motivate people. And also being able to sell that idea and get people to get on board with you. So like it is aligning, but that's another way to motivate and encourage, is being able to sell the idea and being passionate about it.
Yeah, buy-in. You're trying to get buy-in on. And it's easier to get buy-in for something that you bought into, and that people can tell you bought into it, right? If you're trying to sell somebody else's ideas. Well, you know, I just read this management guru last week, and he said that we should have groups of 7 instead of groups of 3, so now we're going to have groups of 3. Or groups of 7, excuse me. That, you know, sure, you know, you can realign, you can do all that kind of stuff, but the people who are hearing this are just like, I still don't understand why I have to change my management practices because you read some $30 book.